Welcome to Mastering Enterprise Architecture, Strategies for Business and IT Alignment. Module 1, Introduction to Enterprise Architecture. In Module 1, we will break down the art and science of mastering enterprise architecture. First, let us talk about understanding the value of enterprise architecture. I'm Sir Arsel, and today's lesson is all about blueprints for growth, how enterprise architecture, or EA, really acts as a strategic guide for aligning business and technology. Now, I know enterprise architecture can sound a bit, well, abstract, but stick with me. It's actually the backbone of how organizations stay nimble, make better decisions, and avoid the chaos of fragmented systems. So what does a holistic approach to EA look like in practice? Well, it's not just about IT or just about business strategy. It's about seeing the whole picture. EA integrates business processes, information flows, technology infrastructure, and organizational goals into one cohesive model. Think of it as a blueprint, but not the kind you roll out on a table. More like a living map that helps you navigate change, plan for the future, and keep everyone on the same page. When organizations get this right, they're able to adapt quickly to market changes, make smarter decisions, and crucially, avoid those dreaded silos where teams don't talk to each other and systems don't play nicely. I remember working with a broadcaster, let's call them Channel X, who was going through a massive digital transformation. They had legacy systems everywhere, teams working in isolation, and a lot of wasted resources. By adopting a holistic EA approach, they managed to optimize resources, streamline workflows, and honestly, just get people collaborating again. Suddenly, IT and business weren't at odds. They were working towards the same goals. And that's the real value here. EA isn't just a technical exercise. It's a strategic enabler. It gives you a common language, helps you spot redundancies, and makes sure your technology investments actually support your business objectives. I mean, who doesn't want that? Let us discuss on frameworks that shape organizations. Now let's talk about the frameworks that make all this possible. There's no one-size-fits-all, but there are a few heavy hitters you'll hear about again and again: TOGAF, Zachman, FIAF, and Gartner's framework. Each one has its own flavor, if you like. TOGAF, for example, is probably the most widely adopted. It's comprehensive and flexible, and it's built around something called the Architecture Development Method, or ADM. That's basically an iterative process that guides you from your initial vision all the way through to implementation and ongoing maintenance. I've seen a multinational use TOGAF to roll out iterative development cycles, which really helped them engage stakeholders at every step. Instead of a big bang approach, they could adapt as they went, which is so important in today's fast-moving world. Then there's the Zachman framework, which is a bit different. It's more of a taxonomy, a way to classify all the architectural artifacts you might create, based on questions like what, how, where, who, when, and why. It's less about process and more about making sure you've covered all your bases from every stakeholder's perspective. FEAF, or the Federal Enterprise Architecture Framework, is designed for government agencies, especially in the U.S. It's all about shared development, reuse, and making sure different departments can actually work together. And then you've got Gartner's framework, which is a bit more business outcome focused. It's about integrating EA with strategic planning and portfolio management, and it's designed to be a living framework that adapts as your business changes. So, depending on your needs, whether you're after flexibility, classification, government compliance, or business agility, there's a framework out there that can help. The trick is understanding what each one brings to the table and how it fits with your organization's goals. Last but not the least, let us discuss choosing and customizing EA frameworks. All right, so you've got these frameworks, but how do you actually choose the right one? And maybe, more importantly, how do you make it work for your unique situation? It's not as simple as picking one off the shelf. You've got to consider your organization's maturity, culture, and objectives. Are you a startup looking for agility, or a legacy enterprise with a lot of moving parts? Sometimes the best approach is to blend frameworks. Take the process orientation of TOGAF, mix in the classification rigor of Zachman, and maybe borrow some governance ideas from FEAF. It's about creating a bespoke solution that fits your needs, not just ticking boxes. But, and this is a big but, change management is always a challenge. People get attached to the way things are, and introducing a new framework can feel like a threat. I remember another media company. This one was right in the middle of digital disruption. They didn't just adopt a framework wholesale. Instead, they customized elements from different frameworks to foster innovation and keep up with the pace of change. It wasn't always smooth sailing. There were plenty of bumps along the way, but by tailoring their approach, they managed to break down silos, encourage experimentation, and stay ahead of the curve. So, if there's one thing to take away, it's that enterprise architecture isn't about rigid rules. It's about finding the right mix of structure and flexibility to support your business as it grows and evolves. That's all for today's lesson of EA. Thanks for listening, and I hope you'll join me next time as we dig even deeper into the world of enterprise architecture. Until then, keep building those blueprints for growth. Ta-ta for now. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any of our future uploads. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below, And if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover next, let me know. If you prefer more detailed info, you can grab a copy of Mastering Enterprise Architecture, Strategies for Business and IT Alignment.